Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. My name's Andrew Eyeic, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is a live stream recording of the first time I actually had a weekend to myself in a really long time. So we decided that we were going to spend the whole Saturday trying to get the RCB, and as I'm sure you can tell by the length of this video, it did not go well. So I hope you enjoy watching my suffering. Lots of great moments and community moments on here, so I hope you guys enjoy. I love doing this stream. Hopefully we can do something again soon like this. So the overall goal of this week was to upgrade our weapon from a tier 75 to tier 80 to maybe unlock some higher level bossing or just improve our PBM in general for the future. Now, in the top left corner, you can see that we have some goals set, including 60 summoning to actually access the QBD layer, as well as each of the different pieces to kind of keep you guys updated with it. Now, we had a lot of bank summoning experience in terms of willow logs to make beaver pouches, and we could also make some steel bars to make minotaurs, but we needed to bridge the gap a little bit. So to start off, we completed as a first resort to unlock the raw bird meat packages, which will allow us to make terror bird pouches, as well as getting a cheeky little level 90 in there. Conveniently, as soon as we finished this quest, the summoning weekly was available to do, so we managed to snipe ourselves yet another piece of the shaman outfit, this being the rope top, and then we were ready to start summoning. Now, just as a little bit of a tip here, if you are going to be doing a lot of running for training, aka doing some agility, doing some summoning training, something like that, a really good method of maintaining a high level of stamina is if you have any sort of unlock for your Anachronia base, specifically for the spa, you can unlock unlimited run for a certain number of times. Every single time you do it can give you a different amount. I think it varies between 9 minutes, 14 minutes, 20, and 24. So as you can see here, I'm just flipping through, waiting till I get 24 minutes, and then eventually, once I'm done that, we're gonna go pop over and do some summoning training. Starting off the summoning grind, we are finishing off all the beaver pouches that we had stored up. We had a lot of willows stored up from doing evil trees and such. So we did about 3,000 beaver pouches, followed by the 250 terror bird pouches. And then finishing off our grind, we did go mine and smith some steel bars for steel minotaurs to eventually get 60 summoning. And even though we were 100% ready to get into the boss, there were still going to be a lot of hurdles that we had to get through in order to get a successful kill. First of all, I would have to learn that we pray ranged at QBD, not mage, because the Dragonfire is a typeless damage, it's not a magic damage, as well as her main attack is ranged instead of magic. As well, I only had the regular anti-fire rather than the super anti-fire, which drastically increased the amount of damage I would be taking per kill, as she does cast Dragonfire a lot. As a disclosure, the last time I did do QBD, I had both super anti-fires as well as I was using a tier 87 weapon, so not only was I taking a lot less damage, but my accuracy and damage was drastically increased, definitely decreasing the amount of time that it would take to kill her. So I definitely needed to revamp my inventory setup here if I was going to get some kills. With some upgraded food in our inventory, we decided to go at it again, and we managed to make it all the way to the 4th phase. Unfortunately, due to a combination of not activating the artifacts in time, thus spawning more minions and taking more damage, being uncomfortable with the ghost mechanic as it was my second kill of the day, and still taking a lot of damage from the queen herself, we did end up failing this kill, even with a higher tier food. Feeling more motivated than ever, we got right back at it, learned from our mistakes, activated those artifacts as quickly as possible, took way less damage, and then we got our first loot. Now, even though the queen has some very questionable hitboxes on her fire waves, I will just say that, we did have to attempt to increase the efficiency of our kills, as we were going to be burning through food otherwise. So what we started to do was we started to do something called wave walking, which is when the fire wave is 2 tiles away from us, we're going to walk forward, ignoring the wave itself and not taking any damage. And then we also started doing something called shield swapping, which whenever she raises back her head to breathe fire, we're going to do a shield swap. So that way, instead of taking the 20% reduced damage, we're going to increase that up to 60%, drastically decreasing the amount of damage that we take from her. while in general we were getting some more consistent kills throughout, we were still making some very drastic mistakes, which ultimately ended up in us failing kills. Regardless, we were improving, and the loot was being gathered, including our rarest drop we would get from the night, a dragon egg, sitting at a mere 1 in 200. This will definitely be a great addition to our player-owned farm. Continuing the journey to get better at the boss, we would add devotion to our revolution bar in order to take less damage. Actually started to shield swap during the extreme fire in the 4th phase, though this would be a common occurrence that I would just totally forget about. And we would also get ourselves a beast of burden to bring some extra food along with us. But yet again, the YouTube luck we have been channeling on this account strikes again, and with yet another dragon egg, we hopefully have unlocked a breeding pair for our player-owned farms when I get 92 farming. Now, right around the 4-hour mark on the stream has attention turned away from me doing the boss to my rather massive water bottle on screen right now. If you've ever been to my stream, twitch.tv Eyeic, by the way, I have a few channel point rewards, which when redeemed, you can either remind me to correct my posture or drink some water. My mother will thank you for both. My oversight on this, however, is that these rewards are not time gated, and when we're combined with a very few loving individuals in the community, well, I was told to drink about 2.5 liters of water in about 30 minutes. So in celebration of your feat, everyone, enjoy this new Twitch emote of me drowning in water. Let's get back to killing QBD. We were still having a ton of issues. I don't know why this was a thing for me, but we were still having a ton of issues with the extreme flames in the 4th phase. I knew it was coming. I could see it in the chat box, but I always just forgot to swap to my shields, and we did die a few more times to it. Right around the 6-hour mark, we were getting pretty tired when we started to maybe send a little prayer to Jagex for us. And as everyone knows, complaining about drops in RuneScape means you get them, because piece number 1 was obtained on the 6th hour into the stream. Also, I would like to add that at this point we were in uncharted territory because I had never streamed past 6 hours, so in terms of me being questionable, we had quite a bit to see. Somehow we managed to get on the topic of Eyeic lookalikes, and Tom Fletcher and Tyler Oakley were both the winners, and I have to say Tyler Oakley in this picture, it's like literally identical. I don't know. Pulling in yet another non-crossbow rare, we do get the Dragon Bow kit. Not something I'm probably ever going to use. It's probably going to sit in my bank from now until eternity, but maybe we can get a full set at some point, which would be kind of cool because they do look really, really good on the Dragon High set. We died some more. Took a small mental health break at the 8-hour period to play some on-stream Pictionary. Hopped back on and faced yet our most disappointing kill of all time. And yet another hour went by and we still had no other drops. So we were sitting at the 9-hour period, being 2 for the original questing and summoning, and then 7 hours for the actual killing of the boss. So we were 7 hours with 1 piece, and it was looking pretty demotivating. So I decided to take a small break from stream. We would leave the stream on, but a lot of my community said, go eat some dinner, go have a shower, refresh yourself, and we'll go get this in the evening. It really warmed my heart that people would tell me to take a break and make sure I feel good while doing the challenge, because I was definitely feeling a little burnt out at this point. But after the hour, we did return full force, ready to go back into the challenge, and definitely giving off a lot better vibes. Immediately as soon as we get back, we claim piece number 2, which I was evidently so excited to see that second piece. So now we only had 2 pieces left to claim in the challenge. Now, one thing I did not anticipate during the challenge was actually running out of anti-fires, because I did end up making quite a bit. I think I made 100 doses. So we had to run to the Blue Dragon's Cave here and start picking up dragon scales. But a viewer on stream did suggest that we enter the resource dungeon, which I have to say, A, I didn't know about, but B, holy cow, it is so much nicer for collecting those dragon scales. So if you do have the dungeoneering requirement for the resource dungeon, I would highly recommend doing it for gathering. I've personally only gotten my blue dragon scales from Mellier workers in the past, pickpocketing and priff. So today I learned. Becoming a little bit more cocky with the ability to like balance the damage being taken, I started to ignore the ghosts, but that really kicked me in the ass because they can freeze time and you can't do anything during this. And when all 4 ghosts hit you, as well as her extreme fire breath, you're gonna get stacked out. About 2 hours later, I was doing a kill and Mr. Duffy in chat decided he was going to call a drop. And sure enough, he was right. We got our 3rd piece, which was super, super exciting. So, you know, this man was on already like top of my favorite list. But then he decided to do something cruel and he called a back-to-back dupe, of which I was not happy for. I was like, you know what? I don't want to dupe. And even if it was back-to-back, like I wouldn't even be happy about it. And sure enough, we got a back-to-back dupe. So this man just called 2 drops back-to-back. Absolutely insane. But then, not only that, he was like, I'm not going to call it right now. But he did call a Dragon Visage within 5 kills. So this man is absolutely insane and has now been crowned Twitch's Clairvoyance. So if you see this man, he will bring you good fortune and will be able to call all of your drops. But sneaking in just past the 13-hour mark, we did manage to complete our full Royal Crossbow, which was super, super exciting. We had all the pieces, so we had to go to Thurgo, get it all fixed up, and then put it in the hot flames of QBD. But God, what an accomplishment. So, so happy that we got it, and we can't even equip it because we don't have 80 range. So, kind of anticlimactic, but alas, we got the RCB in about 11 hours, which is really exciting. I am hoping to post regularly again as of next week. This week was just a little bit of an off week because of how busy I was, but we should be back on the regular Wednesdays at noon starting next week, so I'm really excited for that. But what a wacky and wild stream that was. That was absolutely insane. I had an absolute blast looking back on it. I was maybe miserable at the time, but I had an absolute great time. So if you are interested, come out on Saturday. I'm going to be doing a live stream on my Twitch. That's again, twitch.tv/Eyeic. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Give it a sub if you loved it. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful week.